Welcome, Monica. Thank you for joining him. Well, this isn't our first invitation to discuss this, and we've had the opportunity to see the formation of this. And at the very beginning, we can say that change has been needed at Martinez, and you've made every effort to persuade us by showing us data that reflects that this can be done if we see that staff roll up their sleeves and really commit to this significant change. It's a different kind of teaching. So you've kind of incubated this over time, and you've had the chance to work on this. But I want to flash back on a recent trip to the State Board of Education that some of us took. And Dr. Richard, you can correct me if I get too flamboyant, but our intent was to go to the State Board of Education, supporting our kids and our teachers and letting them know exactly what our plans were for our school district, because we knew best what to do. And the State Board said, we're worried about your kids, and we're going to hold you accountable. I felt kind of like the desk had been switched around on me a little bit. And so I feel like it's important for me to say, you guys know your kids, and you're dedicated to doing this work, but we're going to hold you accountable. We have to hold you accountable, as the State Board suggested to us. This has got to go through not only our acceptance, but also this has to make sense to the State Board of Education, who's got an eyebrow raised with a couple of our schools because of past efforts, but not quite hitting the mark. So I'm excited to see you here tonight, and I'm excited to see the product that you've worked together to produce. But if I'm going to be yelled at by the State Board, I just want to share a little of it with you. Any other comments from board members at this time? Ms. Pappas.
I just want to say that thank you, and I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your commitment, and I know that this was not easy. I know you spent a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of emotional probably stress just coming together with this plan. And I just want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for all you do, your dedication to your students, your dedication to the community. And I absolutely will be supporting this 100% and also supporting you. If there's anything you need, know that I believe we have your back. So anyway, I'm excited for you, and thank you so much.
Ms. Elise.
So when we first saw the presentation, it was very detailed, very specific, and it was exciting to hear. But now seeing staff here also, because we know it's going to depend on you, we know this is going to be hard work for you. Seeing you here tonight just kind of brings it all together. So thank you for coming out tonight to support this. I know you've already put in a ton of hours and heart and soul into this whole project, but thank you again for coming out tonight and showing us that you are behind this, you're ready to do the work, and it's going to be a great team moving forward. So anything, again, like what Mrs. Pappas said, that we can do to support or help along the way, please reach out to us, and please know that we're here to support you.
Mr. Hall.
I'm really proud of the work that this plan shows. It shows a lot of work that's been done. But the work's just getting ready to start, okay, in reality. So just a couple tidbits, and you can take them or throw them. I don't care either way, but I do care. The leadership can't start and stop in Monica's office. My prayer, my hope for you guys would be that you establish a culture that you hold one another and your entire team accountable. And if a new team member comes in and doesn't fit, help them find another place to work. Because it's going to be that culture, that combined culture, that success through excellence that you are giving birth to, that will unite all of you, and it's a frail culture. It doesn't take much to hurt it. And it can't be established and it can't be maintained by Monica or Wes or by us. We'll help any way we can. We'll hopefully give you all the tools that you need. But that culture comes to life through you and your team members. So that's what I would hope to see. This plan is great. The program is great. Project-based learning is great. There's lots of great data. But a plan is nothing more than something in a box without you guys. That's it. Oops, sorry. So I have full faith in you. Mr. DeWitt will be the accountability guy. We'll just be the cheerleaders and the hoorah.
That's it.
But congratulations. I think you're going on a great, great journey. So thank you.
Strong. Dr. Richard.
Well, Dr. Pilch often references having real clarity of vision, and I think this plan has a lot of clarity to it. And while we're not digging into the plan very much here, we did spend hours, hour and a half, going through it at our last meeting. So we have gone through it in detail. So thank you for a plan that is very clear. Thank you for 90%. High 90% in your waivers. That says a real dedication to say, I own this plan. We look forward to that. Beforehand, Ms. Gunderson and I were talking, and she said, you know, we're doing it for all the right reasons. I said, yeah? And she said, it's for the kids. And so thank you on behalf of all of those students and those families over in Billy Martinez. What an opportunity. Thank you.
Mr. Haefele.
In the last 2 years, we've had a change in leadership at the top. And Dr. Pilch deserves unmatched credit for allowing autonomy to you as well as your staff to make decisions that benefit your students, your parents, and our communities. And because of that, it's a we thing, where it always hasn't been a we thing. And I see lots of head shaking, which I greatly appreciate. And I think that that's what's special, because you look around the district and we have you doing STEAM, and then we look in the back and we have Mumford with their core. And things have changed incrementally in 2 short years. And I'm very appreciative to everybody involved who follows what their heart says is right for their students. You know, and I've told Monica over and over again, it's not bragging when you sell the story of Billy Martinez, because it's a great school, and we're proud of all of you. So thank you.
Well, the only last thing, I just caught on the corner of my eye the expenditure from JBS for those laptops, and I think we'd be remiss without at least saying thank you directly to that particular organization. I mean, I didn't see any other separate firms.
And Mr. DeWitt, if I may,
Please.
it's actually the actual owners of JBS. It's not the company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the actual owners.
Well, somebody's reaching
Yeah.
deep into our community to
Yeah.
support us. That's tremendous,
Yeah.
and we certainly are appreciative. Thanks for that update. I didn't realize
Absolutely.
that. Well, that's great. Well, our board has had the chance to opine, and I believe we're in a position now to do a roll call, please, Ms. Crane, for this item.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Haefele?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Ms. Pappas?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Congratulations. Well, the work's just begun.
Thank you, guys.
And I know that you probably want to stay and listen to more meeting, but you probably have homework to do too. So feel free to stay or go as your feet move you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, the next item is the Montford Elementary Core Knowledge Update. Dr. Pilch, this is just an information item for the board.
Yes, it is, Mr. DeWitt. You know that 2 years ago, we came forward and asked to pilot core knowledge at Montford Elementary School, and did so under previous leadership at Montfort. And then we hired Justin to come in as principal at Montfort last year. In the spring, we hired him to come in and take the school, and they have continued their full adoption of core knowledge at their school. And Justin and Wes will give you just a brief update and give you a chance to ask any questions you might have. Thank you.
Well, good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to share with you an update about Montfort Elementary School. As she said, this is Justin Ungeheyer, who's the principal there at Montfort Elementary School. 2 years ago, Montfort started exploring the idea of becoming a core knowledge school. They piloted this in science, social studies, art, and music. Throughout the year, the staff gathered input from parents and community about being a good fit for this school community. This current school year, they expanded that to include Core Knowledge Language Arts Program, or it is often referred to as CKLA program. We provided the staff with professional development last summer, and they've been working diligently to implement that in a sound fashion there at Montfort.
So next year, our focus is to continue to embed writing into our CKLA themes during our literacy block, as well as align our thematic units of studies in CKLA with our standards and assessment scope and sequence. Comparing Weld County School District Number 6 in blue to Montfort Elementary in red. The district common assessments used each quarter are assessments that come with the Wonders curricula. Since we have adopted the CKLA curricula, we use priority standards to guide our students' learning instead of planning backwards from the Wonders assessments. However, as you can see, we still outperform the district in the average % correct on the latest assessment grade level.
We've had conversations over the current grade structure not being ideal for the Montfort community. Having students transition after the 6th grade when everyone else transitions before the 6th grade hasn't been ideal for our students. We continued conversations both last year and this fall to consider moving to a K-8 model or going back to a K-5 model. With the mill levy not passing in the fall, there are not funds available at this time to expand to a K-8. So a decision was made to move back to a K-5 model starting this next fall.
And last, I thought I would end tonight with a quote shared by one of our Montfort parents.
Thank you for this brief opportunity to update you with the great opportunities that we are providing the students and the families there at Montfort Elementary School.
So, Mr. DeWitt, if I may.
Please.
I told them to be brief, and boy, they were. Oh, wow. So if I may, though, we, for a long time in District 6, were in crisis. And because we were under watch by the state of Colorado, and we had to do a lot of work prior to my ever getting here to get systems in place and to get consistency across the district and to ensure that a guaranteed and viable curriculum was being offered across every single one of our schools. And all of that work occurred before I got here. And so I've been privileged to come in to a pretty healthy system in terms of content and assessment and grade level content standards. And was ripe for schools to be able to say, you know, we've been listening to our community and we'd like to go a little bit different direction than everybody else in the district. And that's one of the things that happened here with Core Knowledge at Montfort. It's what you're seeing at Billy Martinez with STEAM and innovation. It's what you're seeing at Brentwood and Prairie Heights and McAuliffe and Franklin. And, we have an obligation to our community to provide schools of choice and to meet the needs of the students who we have in our community. And that's really what this work is about. And it's why you see the students achieving, outpacing students in the rest of the district, because it's working at Montfort to have core knowledge, language arts at Montfort Elementary School, and that community is bought in, the teachers are bought in, and it's working. And this, so I just want to point out, this is a piece of school choice in District 6, and it's been my privilege to watch the leadership there and the leadership at the district level implement this sort of change in a school. And so congratulations, Justin and Wes, on the work that you've done, and congratulations to the staff and the work that you all have done. We know that when you choose to adopt a new focus, that you are taking on more work. So thank you for working more. Thank you.
Dr. Pilch, thank you. Comments from board members at this time? Questions? Well, Justin, I have a question for you. You had the opportunity probably to say, nah, I'm just coming in fresh. You guys have been talking among yourselves, but I don't feel the win here. And you went for it. I just wonder how that feels and what went through your mind to do this.
And Mr. Hall, like you said, it's all about the climate and culture, and this really fit into the climate and culture that we needed to change or enhance at Montfort. So it was an easy yes, with the level of rigor that's inside CKLA. It was an easy yes for me. I could have said no, but it was slam dunk.
Great. Well, thanks for that. I appreciate knowing that progress is being made, and it does further indicate that we have room in this district for leadership to make suggestions about different pathways, and it's great to see those succeed. So we have to thank you for the update. Mr. Hall has a comment.
Well, this isn't the first rapid adjustment challenge that we've asked you to do, and you went through both with flying colors and going for more. I just want to thank you for the customer service mentality that you're providing to your families and to your students. We experienced firsthand that this last year in enrollment, and that's not an easy thing to do either, especially in this business sometimes. But I want to thank you for that and the culture. And, oh, Dr. Pilch, you never tell a cowboy that's used to an 8-second clock to be brief.
Is that what just happened?
Maybe that's what happened.
I think that's what just happened.
Thank you. It does take a team, though, so thank you. Thank Jody Mueller, my assistant principal. Kimberly Reynolds coming on board with us for full-time for a coach next year. You're going to see some really good things. Thank you.
Well, thank the team for us as well, please.
Thank you.
Good night. You can go do homework now, too.
Drive safely.
Please.
Right.
The next item on the agenda is the intergovernmental agreement, shared use of communications equipment with the City of Greeley and District 6. And I'd be glad to accept a motion to support this item right now.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 approve the intergovernmental agreement as presented and authorize the officers to sign any and all contracts.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Thank you very much. Dr. Pilch.
Thank you, Mr. DeWitt. This is an ongoing contract that we have, or an ongoing agreement that we have with the City of Greeley that allows us to partner in our communications equipment, allowing us to have better communications and allowing both entities to actually save a little bit of money. And I would invite your approval and take any questions that you might have.
Well, right off the bundle, I remember being a baby board member and listening to conversations about improving the radio communication system within the district. And I mimicked that statement in one of our facility meetings, and everyone sat up and said, "This year?" And I said, "Well, it's my understanding that we will be moving forward with this as soon as possible." I didn't realize what a problem it had been.
Yeah.
And what an ongoing problem it had been, and how we thought we slew that particular problem and found that we had another dragon to deal with. And so we've been on this path for quite a while, but we're at a point now where we've got the right combination of materials and cooperation with the city. I think that this is pretty exciting.
And I have to say that in every school district in which I have worked, walkie-talkie communication or radio communication, or used to have the Nextel phones, whatever that communication is, it has always been problematic. And I have never been privileged to work in a district like Greeley-Evans, where we have the city supporting us in the way that they do to allow us to really interfere with some of those problems and to better communicate from building to building and within our buildings as well.
Well, certainly something that's probably due some further support. So without further conversation, seeing no other interest from a board member, roll call, Ms. Brand.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Hafley?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Ms. Pappas?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you very much. At this point, we have met the end of our agenda, and thank you for joining us, everybody. Those of you still left in the room, this meeting is adjourned.